But believe me, this next session is really interactive for all of us to build on top of the work that we've done already. And what we're going to go through now is habits to building your confidence. So building and keeping your confidence, okay? And the very first thing that I'm going to do is, who remembers or has done a power move previously? Hands up, anyone? And you thought you were going to get away with today without going through a power move, but there's nothing like our power move to get us kicked off and get us energetically shifted. So I want everybody, if you can, stand up where you are. I'll just adjust my camera as I do this. It doesn't matter if you aren't able to. So I want you to think back to your power move. Now, it may be quite a while since you've actually used this, but I want you to remember what is your or was your power move. And on the count of three, you can stay on mute if you like, but on the count of three, I want you to put all of your power and energy into your power move. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can hear some yelling going on there without actually hearing it. One more time, I want you to do it again. I want you to really bring your whole body to bear, really feel into it. 1, 2, 3. And one more time, because we're really going to shift the energy. 1, 2, 3. Woohoo! Now I'm going to stay standing for a minute because I do want to unpack this a little bit, because the reason that we did our power move just there is that if we ever want to feel confident, there's nothing like the physicality, the energetic shift of doing your power move. And I want to talk a little bit about the power move insofar as when I did, it was the PBC where I learned the power move. Now I'm standing, you don't have to stand, Kat, you're welcome to sit down again unless you feel you need to stretch up the legs, but I'm just going to demonstrate something here. But when I did my power move, I went in and I came up with this thing that was, you know, and I literally had my knee up and I had pulling down and I had all this kind of energy that was coming through me. And it wasn't working for me. I was like, oh, this is not actually the way I want to feel when I'm going on stage, because it's bringing the wrong energy. So I was a person who was going on stage worried about panic attacks. That was not the energy that was going to help keep me grounded and centered. So I ended up adapting my power move, and I'm just going to show you what it is. And it's more to show you that there's no right or no wrong one, but if you need to adjust it over time, it's your power move, and it should be setting you in an energetic state that makes you feel confident and makes you feel certain in what you're doing. So because I mentioned to you that I would go on stage, I would feel all overwhelmed thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to trip, I'm going to have a panic attack, I'm going to forget my words, what am I doing here? Like all of these things, overthinking. And I wanted to shift that into a place of, okay, I want to be of service, I want to make a difference, and I just want to help one person in the room. So I tied my power move to that intention. So my power move is quite relaxed. So literally what I do is and the intention behind that is that I am gathering up myself. So I'm gathering up myself and everything, all of the intentions that I want to give out to the people in the room, or whether it's online. And then I'm setting those intentions out with my breath out to everyone that's in the audience. So it's a very different style of power move than you may be used to. So if you're thinking to yourself that you're not feeling your power move is right for you, because the one I had felt more Tony Robbins than it did me. So I wanted to be sure, okay, that I'm doing something that honors me rather than, oh, I'm just doing it because everybody else at PBC was gung-ho and doing what they needed to do. Sorry, forgive me while I'm just adjusting the camera again. So for you, just think about how did you feel when you were doing your power move? Just come off mute if anybody wants to share. Does it feel authentic to you? Does it feel like it's giving you confidence and certainty? Susan?
Yeah, I'd change mine from boot camp big time, exactly what you were talking about. And for me, I need to gather my energy in. So I go, yes, I am. And it does it for me.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And that's it. When you know, and like, it's kind of like, having a new coat. You can try this one on. Does that work? Oh no, I'm going to try this other one on. So try these things out. But at the end of the day, the intention behind today is to build your confidence and certainty, and your power move should support that. So if it's not supporting that, and the other thing that I have found is that a lot of the times when you're on the edge of the stage, there isn't really a lot of room and there's a lot of visibility. So, to be able to do these big gung-ho power moves, it's not always that easy to do. So for me, I can do mine anywhere. And it also stands to me that, if I'm about to go into a board meeting, I can go into a bathroom, do it quietly, collect myself, get myself centered, get myself energetically in state for what I'm about to deliver. So anyone else? Who's feeling really good about their power move? Laura, I just saw your hand go up there. Did you have a question?
No, but I'm not feeling great about mine. And I did it after my, I did it because of the energy in the room at boot camp, but I've known that I'm going to have to shift mine. And it also depends on what I'm talking to, or like where I'm talking, but it was confirmed because when I did it the first time, my dog like ran in and was like, "What's wrong, Mom?" And the second time she was like, no, it's calm down. It's okay. And I was like, well, clearly it's not a good energy shift. I mean, I was excited and I felt better, but it kind of freaked her out. And so I was like, I need to revisit that. That's all I was going to say.
Yeah, that's interesting. And our pets, our animals all know us. They know a different side of us. They can feel things that we don't. It's a good point too, Laura, that depending on what you're going to do, so depending who the audience is that you're going in to see. So maybe you're going in and you've got a really serious topic to deliver. Or, if you are someone who works with organizations, maybe you're consulting and you've got some, a major risk that you need to share or some bad news that you need to share. Those are the kind of things that, do you really want to get yourself all gung-ho and, feeling invincible, when you need to have a little bit more compassion and empathy for the people who are going to be receiving this message. So definitely really important point there, Laura, that context is important as well. So maybe you do have a few power moves in your toolkit that allows you to say, okay, here are the 3 scenarios that I'm likely to be going into. Either I'm going to be majorly motivational or maybe I'm pitching. So maybe I'm going in and I'm about to pitch. I need to bring all of me to bear to be able to go in and do that. That's a very different energy than if I was the CEO of an organization and I needed to announce major redundancies. Like, they're very, very, very different energies. So maybe think to yourself that you can have a couple of different power moves, but the reason it's important, the reason I'm bringing it up today, is the physicality of your power move shifts your energetic state. And of course, we want to feel confident and certain. That's what we're doing today. That's what we're here to, to build those habits. And one of those habits is to use your power move. So I'm going to ask a question. Who has used their power move since they first did it at Speakers Institute? Has anybody used it since then? Okay, Susan? You see, okay. So some of that may be that, yes, we get swept up in the energy of the room, but also at that point in time when we're doing PBC, we may not necessarily, we haven't gone through the whole process yet to understand the importance of doing our power move. So I hope you would take away from today, and, if you're writing down actions as you go, scribble down an action if it is something to just explore your power move. But understanding that the reasoning behind this is that it will physically change your energetic state. And then if you do that, you're able to project better towards your audience, depending on what type of message that you want to portray to them. But having that embodied physically is a great way to do it through your power move. Any questions about power moves before I continue? Go ahead, Rachel.
Yeah, I also too didn't really resonate with that power move because it does feel a bit Tony Robbins and also slightly weird thing to do before you get on stage. I found, I don't know if anyone else is experiencing this, and this is why I'm sharing it, is that I get a little bit of nervous energy. So for me, it's just like I just have to move it out of my body. And then I feel like then I can breathe and ground and then I'm good, rather
Yes.
than some weird power move that doesn't feel like it's me.
Yes, and it is exactly that. It is that, is it congruent with who you are? Is it serving a purpose? If it's not, and if it actually makes you feel like, oh, why am I doing this? Or even if you just feel a bit embarrassed because, hey, there's people over there watching me and I'm supposed to do this. It's like, no, they're all the wrong reasons for doing it. But think about, what is the energetic state that you want to be in for whatever keynote, whatever presentation, whatever pitch it might be. And then think about, well, what is something I can physically do to help me get into that energetic state? And I know another example, just because you mentioned grounding, Rachel, for me, so I had a keynote where, if Sam Cawthorn could hear me saying this now, he wouldn't be too happy with me, but I went to bed. I knew something had happened in the organization. I just had this sense that, okay, things are going to be a little bit sensitive tomorrow, and I had to change my keynote. Not a huge amount of it, but I had to adapt it on the fly. And I was a little bit nervous, a lot nervous about this. So for me, what I needed was grass. I needed to go and have bare feet on the grass to actually ground myself. That's just something that's important to me. So here I was Googling, where is the closest little patch of grass in Melbourne that I can go and just spend a little bit of time. And that for me was fantastic. And when I got there and found out what the sensitive news was, and I was able to have a conversation with a few people beforehand, I was able to seamlessly weave what I had sensed beforehand into my keynote, and it all went really, really well. But I do believe that it was the physicality of grounding and honoring what I felt I needed and what I felt the audience needed from me on that day. So yeah, tune into your gut. There's always little signs, little things that you're being told that you need to do. So just follow some of those inclinations as well. Thanks for that, Rachel. Anyone else just on power moves before I move on?
I incorporated some of my own stuff. Like I'm a Latin dancer. And so for me, I incorporated the Latin dance with breath and then grounding it all at the same time. And so it takes me back to my confidence, but then complete grounding. So, and I was like you, I've actually got a couple. So I've got one when I'm feeling really nervous, and then I've got one to lift me up and bring me down.
Fantastic. And that's so good, because then you're incorporating all aspects of you and all of your expertise, and you're bringing it to something that is just preparing you for the moment or the moments ahead. So really good to share that. Thank you for that, Kelly.